Welcome to your new moon in Libra reading. I'm going to start here by shuffling the cards. And this reading is for all signs. It's just tapping into the Libra energy. I'm going to be using 3 oracle decks and 2 tarot decks, both of which are using artwork that I've created. The oracle deck is divided into outside, inside, and art. So the main card that we're getting here is accidentally holding hands. So when you think about Libra energy and all the different kinds of relationships that are possible, I want you to kind of think about a time in your history when maybe you accidentally held someone's hand. It could be that something startled you and you reached down, you grabbed someone's hand. Here is an image of a art car from Burning Man on the back of the oracle car for the star. So this is the idea for outside. So in the oracle deck, the first one I pulled was star for the outside, which is literally thinking about going outside and thinking of the stars that are outside of us. So this can be famous people or stars in the sky. The artwork, the in-between, is imagine or act. So there's sort of a correlation between the idea of you looking at the stars outside and you being the own actor in your own life as well. So with this oracle, there's sort of a creative prompt to act. Maybe pretend you're grabbing somebody's hand and then pretend it's an accident. And then we have on the inside, which is the card of nurture. And this is a nature-oriented card. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about, what all this means after I get all the cards out. So don't feel like I'm rushing or anything. We've got some time to think about new moon in Libra and what Libra stands for. You might have noticed at the start of this reading that there is the sign of Libra, which is a constellation of stars in the sky and is represented by a person sort of holding some scales. So right away that tells you that we're balancing things out. Scales were an old way of making things even in terms of weight. If you put a rock on one side of the scale and a feather on the other, that's not going to be very even. So when we're dealing with relationships and we're looking at the cards here with the new moon in Libra, and this idea of accidentally holding hands and all the cards that are coming out today, you can see there are different perspectives that we can take in terms of how we use the energies of the new moon to plant seeds for what we'd like to manifest in the next month. Because new moon energy is seen as an opportunity to start a new cycle. It is associated with the lunar cycle. So the new moon is when the moon is completely dark. You cannot go out and see the moon, which makes it a perfect time to actually look at the stars because you don't have the light of the moon outside there polluting the air. So if it's a clear night, the oracle prompt to go and look at the stars might be a great actual physical activity that you might get some inspiration from going and stargazing. And all right, we have the Emperor on the bottom of the deck here, and it looks like the Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the other deck. So the Two of Pentacles and the Emperor. The Two of Pentacles is about balance again, and the Emperor can have a lot to do with stability. So I'm seeing some themes come in here regarding balance. And let's see, I've got a couple more cards to pull before I have the full set here. I'm going to pull some clarifying cards with the Divine Directions deck. Some of these decks I just printed for myself, so there's only one. It's not like I sell them. Some of them I've printed limited editions, but they're extra fun for me because I have all the different associations and memories from making the cards, so it makes the readings a little bit more personal, which is why I choose to use them, because sometimes I get a little bit more reading. There's more for me to pull from in the imagery because I have a deeper relationship with the cards. So going back to this accidentally holding hands as the overall energy, I could, thank, yes, and love and give. Gosh, there's just, when it comes to relationships in general, this reading just seems really full of kind of like, I don't know, that's just kind of like sweet, sort of memorable, intense emotions. The Four of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. What I'm noticing here is these bright pink colors that are really kind of tying these things together. The pink and purple birds and flowers and mermaids. Feels very feminine. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups under the art, the activity one. So an act of love, to do something maybe you wouldn't normally do. There's also a cat and dog pairing there if you didn't notice. So it's again kind of image of balance. On the inside we have the Two of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So that's the nurturing. So that pile at the end there is just kind of like giving to yourself or nurturing to yourself. During this new moon energy, you might be feeling, with that Two of Swords energy, you might be feeling a little bit, blinded, like you can't really see what's going on with the Nine of Pentacles reversed. It's sort of like an inverted money sign. So, you can give and nurture to yourself through your relationships in ways that don't cost you any money. So about thinking about your feelings and really, really noticing that. Now, I actually moved the cards around a little bit to also align them. And I got this, synchronicity with the Queen of Pentacles and the Star there, where, with these rocks at the bottom, like really tapping into the abundance of our natural world that's around us at this time, and Libra, in balance with not just the relationships that we have with other human beings, but also the relationships that we have with our natural world. We have this act of love, and it's a dog and a cat. Maybe you're accidentally holding hands with nature or a butterfly, or, starting to think about how you might be able to give to yourself, but also give to the natural world around you, like watering plants, or, just taking care of the different types of relationships, being kind of like the shepherd or the steward of the environment, and thinking about yourself, but also about what's around you. And in that vein between plants and animals and people and all the different relationships, I wanted to include some of the stones that you can use to help kind of tap into the subtler energies, the gemstones. So there's ametrine, apatite, iolite, sunstone, girasol, Milky quartz, green opal, citrine, and rose quartz are all very popular and associated with Libra energy. So I hope you have enjoyed this reading about the Libra new moon energy, and that you will have a refreshed idea about what kind of relationships you would like to foster as you set your intentions for the next 30 or 28 days. Thank you.